Welcome to Trade Pro. This is the introduction video for the newest Trade Pro trading strategy script and a Trade Pro indicator called the TCI plus BOP indicator. Now, the strategy script is the TCI plus money flow plus EMA strategy. So I'm going to go over the strategy that it is using and all the different customizable parameters that you can choose within this indicator settings. Before I get into that, it's worth mentioning this is a paid indicator and strategy script. So check out my Patreon in the link down below if you're interested in getting access to this or any of the other ones created in the past. I also want to recommend you guys check out Capitalize.ai if you're interested in automated trading. These guys offer TradingView webhook integration, so you can use a TradingView strategy and trade automatically through your broker. This way, it keeps emotions out of your trading and saves you a lot of time. So check this out. It's code-free trading automation, accessible to anyone. You don't need to know how to code. So check out my link in the description. I'll get a little referral, something for that, but that it supports my channel, and I appreciate it if you use my link. Thank you. Now let's get into the trading strategy that's being used for this new script. All right, so let's talk about the rules for this trading strategy. So I'm going to pop over here and we'll go over the rules for a long trade. Now, rule number one is that the price needs to be over the slow exponential moving average for a buy. So this is a 200 period exponential moving average. And then the other rule is the price needs to have pulled back into the fast EMA. So in this example, the fast EMA is this blue line, which is a 50 period exponential moving average. And price needs to have come up above the 200 EMA, then pulled back into the fast EMA. So you can see pullbacks into the EMA. The third rule is money flow needs to be in the green or over the zero line. So you can see the money flow is in the green here. And then number four is the TCI crosses up from below the zero line. And that's the actual trade trigger. So you can see the cross happens right here on this candle. You get a little X on that candle as well. So that is signaling that buy, all the other conditions were met. So it enters into a long trade. Can see the same thing happens right over here, this cross up, and you can see the green X on the candle, and then over here as well. So it's quite a simple strategy, but that is what the trading strategy script is entering based off of. For a short trade, it is exactly the opposite. So price is under your slow exponential moving average. Price has pulled back into your fast exponential moving average. And then the money flow would have to be in the red below the zero line. And then the TCI would have to cross down from above the zero line for a short trade. All right. So let's go now into the actual strategy scripts settings and kind of just go through the different settings that it has that you can customize. All right, so let's check out all the different customizable settings here, starting at the top with the TCI settings. So this is just simple, just changing the way that the TCI moves and when the crosses happen. Then there's the money flow indicator. So you can choose between the check and money flow and the balance of power. Right now, we're going to add more if people request it. You can change the length of the check and money flow. You can change the smoothing on the balance of power and, of course, the length of it as well. Then there's the EMA settings. So for your slow moving average, right now I have it set at 120. The default is 200, and that just determines the trend direction. And then you have your fast EMA length, which the price needs to pull back into before it can think about taking an entry. I have it set to 30. So right now I do have some custom settings on to get these results. The default is not the best. It's just kind of like a starting point. The default isn't meant to be the really good settings. So now let's go to the next thing here, just the ability to enable only long entries, only short entries, or allow it to take both. You can restrict entries to certain date range and time range, certain days of the week if you wish to. You can have an RSI filter. You can have different stop loss strategies. So if you want it to be an ATR based stop loss, percent based stop loss, we have a few different options there. I have it set to be 1.7 times the ATR for the stop loss currently. You can even have it have a trailing stop loss if you wish, and you can have it move the stop loss to break even at a certain point. So let's say that you want to have it move the stop loss to break even once the price has gone 1 times your risk in your favor, or at a certain point you can have it move the stop loss to break even, which is really cool. Now, for the take profit strategy, you can have it be just a basic risk multiple. So right now I have it using a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, or you can change it up and have it be whatever you want, ATR based, percent based, tick based, or whatever risk multiple you want. So if we go to a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio, we'll see that the percent profitable is going to go way down, because obviously now it's using a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. See how these change on the chart. So you can see it now has a lower profit factor and a much lower percent profitable using a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. So if we go back to a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, you can see how these different parameters and metrics change. So this seems to be the best with this setup, is having a 1-to-1. You can have a few different things here, which are also found on the other trading scripts that we have available on the Patreon. And then there's the activate custom order size settings section. So if we want it to risk a certain percentage of the equity per trade, then we can do that, or a percent of the overall equity. We can do cash contracts. But you can see if I go change it to risk 3% of equity per trade, the net profit is going to be much higher. And then also, of course, the max drawdown is also higher. So you saw, if I change it to only risk 1% per trade, then you're going to see that max drawdown cut down quite significantly, down to 6%, but the net profit goes down to 100. So if we do something crazy like risking 6% of the account equity per trade, we'll see that max drawdown will go huge, and 37% max drawdown, but the net profit 5,000. So, you can decide what you want to do with this risk per trade based on your specific risk tolerance. Now, if we go down here, you can see the alerts. So you can set up different alerts. If you want to manually trade this, you can just set alerts to be pop up on your phone to get, just be aware of certain opportunities in the market that perhaps it might be a good time to enter a trade. Or you can use TradingView webhook integration as well. If you want to automate this through Capitalize.ai, you can set that up as well. So really, really cool. All the different customizable parameters. You can really make it fit for whatever your time frame or your desired trading pair. But I found that this produces really good results on Bitcoin 1 hour time frame with these settings. Obviously, I wouldn't want to risk 6% per trade, as that's just a huge max drawdown of 37%, although very impressive net profit over the last 278 closed trades here. So that's it for this new trading script and the new trading indicator. Check it out on the Patreon if you are interested, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day.